Now, if you were out in the fields on a misty morning, you'd run the risk of getting your powder wet in that pan, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So they had to come up with a better way of doing things, and that was the percussion cap. This gun, you notice, doesn't have a piece of flint in it, right? Instead, here, I'll let you hold that. Instead, and you know what? What's rule about gun, about pointing?
Always be safe.
Right, so you make sure you're not pointing at anyone, right? Okay. See this little brass cap?
Yeah.
Have you ever had those things you throw on the sidewalk and they go bang?
Snappers.
Yeah.
That's a chemical called fulminate of mercury. Well, they would put fulminate of mercury in this little brass cap.
And it would use for ammo?
Well, it provides the spark. You put that brass cap right here, so now there's no powder on the outside of the gun to get
You
wet.
have to change it every time you fire?
Every time. So you put your powder in, you put your bullet in, you put your little brass cap here, and then when you pull the trigger, that, just like your little snappers, sends a spark directly into the gun. Is that cool?
What is this?
Oh, that's neat. That was a military secret. You ever heard of a company called DuPont? They're a chemical company. And like all big companies, it started with one guy. And DuPont found out about a French military secret. The French developed this device for testing their gunpowder. Because gunpowder can go bad.
Yes.
Okay, it can get exposed to moisture. Here in California, they didn't make gunpowder. They packed it in little barrels like these and sent them by ship all the way from New England to California. Now it's in the hold of a ship for 6 months. Do you think it might get wet?
Yeah.
It might, huh? And once it gets wet, it loses effectiveness. You can dry it out and it'll still work, but it won't work as well. So they developed this device, and it's kind of like a pistol, isn't it? Except it has this hatch right here. Let's see if I can remember how to open this. I've shown it once. Well, anyways. And what happens is they would load it up with a measured amount of gunpowder, right? And just like on the other one, put some gunpowder in the pan. But now there's no bullet. All it is to test the gunpowder. And this is on really hot, really tight. So the gunpowder, when it explodes, it's going to force this around. And then if you look, there's little numbers on the dial. And that gives you a measure from 1 to 10 of how good the gunpowder is. Now, if you have a way of testing if your gunpowder is good and your enemies don't, do you think you have an advantage?
This point how good the gunpowder is?
Exactly.
Because it's pointing out the one right now, but it hasn't been used. So.
Right. Right. So as it pushes it out, that goes higher.
Okay.
So if it's really strong, it's going to push it all the way to 10. And DuPont, he got a hold of one of these. They were very secret. And he made an offer. He said, you buy gunpowder from somebody else, bring it into me, and we'll test it for free.